Hello, Susannah here from Good Property Company. I'm in Barcelona. It's not such a salubrious area. I've just been in the park, which is gorgeous, and I'm now walking down to the beach. But clearly not going swimming. Right, beginner's guide to how to invest in property. A couple of rules. I want you, if you're going to invest to keep, I want a 10% yield, that gross yield, annual rent divided by purchase price. Don't be talking to me about 5%. Walk on by, go find something else, or find a way to improve the rent on that one, or find a way to decrease the purchase price, okay? So key number one is 10% gross yield, annual rent divided by purchase price, expressed as a percentage. So if your annual rent is 10 grand, your purchase price is 100, brilliant, then you've got 10%. If your annual rent is 5 grand, your purchase price is 100, you've got 5%, go find something else. Dead easy, isn't it? Second thing is figure out where you're going to buy. Now personally, I buy within a 17-minute drive time of my home and my office, because you buy it once, you maintain it for 20 to 30 years, and that is a bit frustrating if you're having to drive 2 or 3 hours away. And so what if you need to find like good workmen, or a tenant phones you and they're having an emergency, or whatever it is. So for me, I'm within 17 minutes drive time, and every single thing I own, I'm quite fortunate, I live in a city, so everything I own is within that 17 minutes drive time. Third thing is, where are you going to invest? Now, mine's easy because it's 17 minutes, but the reason I lived in that city in the first place is I moved from rural Scotland to a city in England, and I actually investigated the city for economic strength. I know it sounds really geeky, but I am a geek. And that was because I was head of household, and if I didn't like my first job, I wanted to walk to work because I needed to be with my kids at night time. And if I didn't like that job, I wanted to be able to walk to the next job. So I needed a city with a strong economic strength, so that if that job was well, it wouldn't have been crap, but let's say I wasn't a great fit for the first job, I could swap and find another job that would also help support my family. So what that really was about investigating the economic background of any city, because although it's your tenants that are paying your rent, it's not really, it's their jobs. So one of the things I always look at is the economic split of a city, and you can find that information on Wikipedia. So is there one industry in that city? Because if so, like the coal mining from years ago, you're at real risk if that industry goes wrong. Whereas like in Bristol, there's a real strength of economy, and it's a really diverse economy as well. Then you want to look at your little micro pockets. So things like around hospitals, around universities, around high paying, large organisations like Orange, or in our case in Bristol, we've got what was it called? Aeronautical engine, Rolls-Royce and BAE Systems and all that stuff. So you might want to then take a real industrial strength that looks like it's going to be there for 20, 30 years. And then you need to decide the type of tenant. For me, I have working professionals. Why? Because they pay the rent. They have good jobs, and also they're very interested in having really decent credit. So they're pretty worried about not paying the rent because we're pretty tight on our debt management. So there are some kind of thought processes for you guys to think about when you're deciding where to buy property. But the most important, I think, is the economic strength of the underlying area, and then the ease of use, that for you being near the portfolio, even if you're not managing it yourself, you can jump out for any emergency. See ya, bye.